Hi guys, happy Sunday. Let me get situated here. I'm in a new spot for me today. Not sure how I like this spot or not. I don't know. I've never liked this couch since the day I bought it. And I've had it for a long time. And my kids have actually offered to buy me a new couch because they hate it just as much as I hate it. Come on, Jenny, come on up. I bought it from a friend and it was so beautiful in her house. I wanted it. Jenny's in the picture today. But it's the most uncomfortable couch in the world. But anyways, I am here sitting by my bookshelf that has a few books and lots of DVDs and pictures in the picture window behind us. So I don't know how great it is for lighting. Oh my gosh, the sun just came out super bright. I'm going to have to look at this video after I make it and make sure it's not too bright in there. But anyways, it's Sunday afternoon. It is 2:20 in the afternoon. Jenny and I are going to get ready to take a WALK. If I say it, she just starts going crazy because she loves to go for them. And we have been having a really relaxing Sunday and just puttering around the house, cleaning, crafting, coloring, watching movies, and I finished a book. My book review for The Wedding Dress by Danielle Steel. I believe I told you in a Tea Tuesday how much of a slump I was in with the different books I was reading. And so I just knew if I picked up a Danielle Steel, it might not be a 5+ book, but would you stop? But at least it would get me through my reading slump, which it did. So I am going to give this book a 4 today, a 4-star, because she held my interest the entire time. I looked forward to reading the book. At the beginning, she was not predictable. Actually, what I thought was going to happen did not happen. Stop it. Mind your manners or you're going to get down. So at the beginning, it was not as predictable as I thought it was going to be, which was kind of refreshing because she's so quick, Danielle, at just killing people off, and so or something terrible happening and you just predict, oh, this is going to happen. But that didn't happen at the beginning. It starts out in the 1920s with the Devereaux family, a very prominent family in San Francisco, and Eleanor, their daughter, has her coming of age 18-year-old birthday party. And there she meets her future husband, Alex, who is 14 years older than her. They fall madly in love and get married and have a wonderful, wonderful marriage for many, many years. But the Depression hit for 1929 and they lost almost everything. Eleanor's family, the Devereaux family, lost their big, huge mansion in San Francisco, and they had some property in Lake Tahoe, which they saved a little piece of it and sold off the rest. And they only had one daughter, and actually the daughter was Eleanor. Sorry about that. And I have a granddaughter named Eleanor, and the daughter's name was Eleanor. But before the crash of 29, they had gone to Paris to get her beautiful wedding dress. And they went to all the different designers, and that's what this is based on. It's her wedding dress. And I had thought, how are they going to make a whole book out of a wedding dress? But she did. And they went to Paris and bought her beautiful wedding dress. And on her honeymoon was when they found out the crash of 29. And her husband that she married was a banker and owned a bank. And her father owned a bank. And so they lost all their fortune. Eleanor's father had saved a little. Eleanor's husband, Alex, had not. He was still young and hadn't established as much. But they made things work and they lived through it. And finally, Eleanor and her husband had a child. And the child ended up being just, I think her name was Cassie or Cassidy, a rebel. And by this time, she got married. Eleanor got married in like 29, and then finally, like 12 years later, so it was 40, she had her daughter, and her daughter was just a rebel and got into drugs and ended up having a baby. But her and her husband took the wrong path. I'm not going to tell you everything that happened because it is a good story and I don't want to ruin the different parts of it. But they had Ruby, and they called her Ruby Moon. I think they were 60s hippies, and they had Ruby. And Ruby was the opposite of her mother, a wonderful delight. And she ended up meeting a boy, and now we are into the 80s. And he had made his fortune with computer tech when computers first came out. And so they got married. And so Ruby wore the dress that Eleanor had wore. That was her grandmother. So there's two people that wore the dress. And then Ruby and her husband had 2 children. And Ruby's daughter ended up wearing the dress. So that's 3 generations out of 4 to wear the dress. So that is how she ties in this wedding dress to a whole book. But there's a lot more that happens in here that takes place. And it really was a good book. Towards the end, it was a little stretched out and a little more predictable towards the end. And that's why I'm giving it a 4 instead of a 5. But at the beginning, not predictable at all. And so I really enjoyed that. So I'm so happy that Danielle got me back into reading. Now I'm going to start a book for book club. And so far, I think I'm going to like it, The Epitaph of a Peach. And I will give you a book review on that when I am done. But this made me happy to get back into my reading. Right? Right, Jenny? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, oh, she's got sleepies in her eyes. We are going to go for a you-know-what. And she's going to love it. Unless the lab next door is out, then she gets scared to death. And the lab is huge and is a puppy. So it's just like, boom, boom, boom. But anyways, yeah. That's what we're gonna. We might pull some weeds when we get back because the weeds are crazy, crazy, crazy. My husband had the work crew asked if they could spray the weeds around here, and they did a pretty good job. But then it rained a whole bunch more, and so a new growth of weeds came, and so it needs to be sprayed again. So yeah, I never realized how much my husband kept the weeds under control until he's not able to get out and do it anymore. And now I realize, oh my gosh, like he probably sprayed every 2 or 3 months in the summer around where we don't plant things to keep the weeds out. So I really miss that. And, you know, hopefully he'll get better and be able to get back out and do it himself again soon. So, all right, you guys. Well, ouch, Jenny. Gosh, you guys have a great week. This is Sunday afternoon, like I said, but I'll probably post it late Sunday evening so that it will not be so close to my other videos, because I like to stretch my videos out at least 1 a day only. Sometimes I get 2 or 3 in there, but then I don't get as many views on them, and I want you guys to be able to watch them all. But I don't expect you to watch 2 or 3 from me a day. That's just a lot to ask. So, all right, guys. Have a great week. Take care. And I will see you back here real soon. Bye.